Hello, it is Thursday, July 20th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday puzzle today, which means we have quite possibly an interesting or intricate or ambitious theme. And this intricate or interesting or ambitious, I already forget what I said, edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mitchell Turek, Lewis Williams, Camtron, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horn family. The first day without the invaluable Timothy Mark, and it feels strange. Again, a fond farewell to him. In any case, those are all benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. They are helping directly support this channel and sustain this series. For that, I am very grateful. And if you would like to support the channel in that way as well, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve, where you can find all of the bonus videos. There's a link in the description field as well, of course. And for benefactors, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. So thank you so much to everybody who has signed up for that at any point for any amount. I really do appreciate it. And thanks also to everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube channel. That's a big help. And you can go ahead and do that for free, of course. And that's it'll help put this series of puzzle solves, I suppose, in front of other people's eyes. And finally, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that friendly chat community as well. So consider checking that out if you'd like to chat about the New York Times crossword, other crosswords, the other New York Times word puzzles, or other puzzles in general. All right, let's get on to today's crossword. This is a Thursday puzzle. As I said, it's by Drew Schmenner, who has constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So we'll have something thematically interesting today. Let's find out what it is, and let's start solving. Right, so an NFL team with the logo of a bird's head for short. I don't know. Do something. Act, maybe? Let's just see if that works. Conjunction in a text. Conjunction in a text. I don't know. I can't think of a conjunction that would start with... When it says a text, does it mean a manuscript or a sort of text that you send somebody? I was thinking a manuscript. But I don't think that's probably what it is. Otherwise, why would you need to specify that? Text language implies this maybe could be some kind of slangy contraction. I'm still not sure. I actually know what it is, though. So what about this one? Online tabloid based in LA. Oh, right, okay. TMZ, which is a sort of online, I think it's kind of an online celebrity gossip magazine or something. I'm not exactly entirely sure, but I think it's that sort of thing. I don't know what it stands for, I don't think. The militarized zone. I don't think it's that. Do something. Maybe it is act. I still don't know what this conjunction in a text is. What about these? These are slightly distinctive letters. Choose on. Mulls over, or... This is more intriguing. Oh, right. Technological breakthrough first seen on Jeopardy in 2011. Could it be buzzer or something? Jeopardy uses buzzers. I don't know, though. Buzz. Polo competitor. Oh, right. Polo competitor. So this does not mean somebody who competes in the sport polo, the sport of kings, the sort of mounted sport, but rather a competitor to of manufacturers of polo shirts. Well, this is not a polo shirt, but if it were, Izod. So I think Izod is another famous manufacturer of polo shirts. Okay, so that buzz is actually looking not unlikely to me. But this, I just have no idea what this would be. Conjunction in a text. What would... In this NFL team, I just haven't a clue. In 3 letters, what could it be? Not Alabama, that doesn't make any sense. Could be Atlanta, maybe? Choose on. I just don't know. I might delete this because I'm not sure about this either, to be honest. Chanted syllables. Oh, ohms, the mantra sort of syllable. Crown cover. Could be the crown of your head. It could be a physical crown, sort of bit of regalia. What else could a crown be? My man. Dude, maybe. That looks plausible to me. Grammy-winning jazz singer pianist Crawl. Not sure about this. Oh, worth discussing as an issue. It's up for debate? I'm not sure what's going on with the theme, though. That's the problem. I mean, this seems like a perfectly reasonable answer to this clue. But what makes these thematic? Technical breakthrough. Highball offer. A cup or a sip. I mean, a highball is it's kind of glass in a cocktail that's named for that kind of glass, a highball cocktail. So a cup was sort of odd. You don't really serve a cocktail in a cup. You'd say a glass in most cases. So it could be a sip, I guess. You offer someone a sip of your drink. It doesn't really help me. Oh, Diana Crawl? That actually sounds vaguely familiar. I wonder if that's correct. Blank Sunday. Well, something just occurred to me. Lazy Sunday. I still have no clue what the theme is, but that has a Z in it, and this has 2 so far. That might be relevant somehow. And the reason I say this is just because lazy Sunday is just a common phrase. You talk about having a lazy Sunday, having a slow day. A tiring journey could be a slog, and then you could have a sip here. So what is going on with these theme clues? I do not know. 6 plus 5. Oh, 6 plus 5, so that would be 11, which is, I see. So 6 plus 5 is 6 plus 5 in French, which is 11, which is 11. There we go. Okay, worth discussing. Right, now we have 2 of these. What is going on? Here we have cry with a fist pump. Yeah, you could yell. Certain Palestinians, could be Gazans, residents of the Gaza Strip, for instance. Worth discussing. I do not know what's going on here. Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao. Certainly a film director. So it doesn't. I mean, it helps in the sense that I get one more of these, but I still haven't a clue what's actually going on. Why don't I see this? I'm sorry if you're well ahead of me here. Worth discussing as an issue. City on a Gulf in either Europe or the US. Interesting. Oh, Naples, maybe? Is there a Naples somewhere in the US? I'm sure there is. I'm just, with that NA, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. I don't know. Not confident enough yet. Let's leave it. What about what's going on over here? Can I find ways to put a Z anywhere? Because that seems to be what's going on with the theme. Oh, this could be cuz as in because. I said this because of that. It's a conjunction, but in texting language, you could write CUZ for brevity. Okay, I think that's probably right. What about this one? Crown cover. Maybe they increase in number. Maybe this one has 3 and that one has 4. I'm clutching at straws here. Crown cover. Chews on. Oh, ruminates. Right, okay, so in the way that a cow chews its cud, it we kind of metaphorically use that to mean ruminate on something based on that behavior of ruminants, as they're named for that reason. Okay. Right, so this is not Atlanta. It could be Arizona. Or maybe that's ARZ rather than ARI. I have no idea. please don't know what this is. I'm very sorry. I don't actually know that that's the answer either, so I shouldn't put it in just yet. Crown cover. Oh, enamel. This is I see. This is in a dental context. So you could have an enamel crown on a tooth. And then greater than great could be epic. Light touches are pats, maybe? Pats or pads or something. What blank like? 1998 hit by Everlast. It's, I suppose. I don't think I recognize this, but that would be the obvious conclusion. Chart topper for short. The letter C, the sort of top of the word chart. I don't know if that's actually what we're looking for, but it might be. So what is going on here? Something at C? Why would that be true? Trim. Shear or snip. I don't know if this is the answer, and I still don't know what's going on here, but let's see here. Once again, I repeat, that could be the answer. Peaceful Quaker, question mark. So we're not referring to a Quaker, someone who is, identifies as a Quaker, the sort of denomination or kind of, religious association, but we'd know that anyway because it's not capitalized. So what is an action? And could we be referring to a sort of tremor, a earthquake, something like that? Peaceful Quaker. I'm not sure what that's getting at, sorry. Let's see. Hilarity in an internet-y spelling. Lols, right, and here's another one of these. Right, and of course it crosses a theme clue. Snowbird or steamboat. I don't know, I'm very sorry about this. I'm just not catching on at all. Young person with uncommon wisdom, say an old soul is sometimes how that sort of person is referred. To deer stalkers, hunters, I don't think it's a deer stalker cap because that would be a single word, I believe. So I don't think that's what it's referring to. The R of the MMR vaccine. Is that rubella, I think? Yeah, I think that's what that is. Something you might pick up from a restaurant. You might pick up the bill or the tab or the check or the... Must not be any of those. Pick up the... From a restaurant, an order, right, okay. Not at a restaurant, but from a restaurant. You pick it up from there and take it away is your takeaway order. Acquire flavor in a way. Speak to the masses. You could sort of declaim, or you could, what? I don't know. Long-running comic strip whose main characters aren't human. Not sure. Lake Magellan in 1519. Interesting. Lake Magellan in 1519. That's interesting. Was he just at sea? I don't really understand what we're saying here. Experts. If that's plural and ends with an S, that looks strange. Boy, this felt really correct. What else can we look at? James, who was played by Beyonce in the biopic Cadillac Records. Etta James. I think I do remember Etta James being played by Beyonce. City on a Gulf. Right, it does look like Naples, doesn't it? Speak to the masses. Maybe this isn't order. Oh, I'm so surprised after all of that. Because speak to the masses could be orate. Long-running characters, right, comic strip whose main characters aren't human. Yeah, I'm still don't think I'm sure. So what's something you might pick up from a restaurant? You might pick up... Group, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Experts, gurus, right, okay. Acquire flavor, oh, age, certain things. I don't know, wine, for instance, I suppose. Acquire some cheeses, acquire flavor as they age. I suppose lots of things are that way. Some vinegars, things like this. Something you might pick up from a restaurant. Around, it doesn't fit. Aroma. Aha, you could be walking by a restaurant and pick up the aroma wafting out. So what is this worth discussing as an issue? It does look like, oh, up for Z bait? There are 4 Z's up for the bait, up for debate, 4D. I don't quite get it. Technological breakthrough, 4Z, 4D, 4D Atson, 4Z Atson. I'm missing something here. This feels just about right, but Z debate. If we pronounce it as Z, that has a D in it. Debate, up for. I still don't understand how it works. Up for Z debate doesn't really. What am I missing? I'm very sorry about this. Up for debate. What is going on? I feel as though I'm losing my mind. Very sorry about this. Technological breakthrough seen on Jeopardy in 2011. If this were ARI for Arizona, I 3Z. I do not understand. I'm very sorry. To keep going. Maybe there'll be a revealer eventually. Truss, who was Britain's prime minister for 49 days. An extraordinary episode indeed in this country was the premiership of Liz Truss. Inter alia is a Latin phrase. And slow to react maybe. Well, it's probably dazed. Right, it occurred to me that it's probably going to be a Z here. Peaceful Quaker. Inbound or outbound thing, abbreviation. Flight? Arrival? I'm not sure. Plane figures. Oh, maybe this is ETAs or ETDs. Could be. Deer stalkers are pumas? Oh, right. Maybe pumas stalk the deer. That could be it. Folder at work, perhaps. Folder at work, perhaps. Middle blank. So this could be an A or a D. Well, it could be, I don't know, Middle Ages, middle. Oh, that's annoying. I don't quite see what it is. Could this be a G? I don't think so. Plane figures. I don't think so. Dwells, resides in a particular place. So if this were an A, Middle East, right, of course, there we go. Snowbird or steamboat. Is this going to be C? Inbound or outbound thing? No, route. Inbound route, outbound route. I think that's probably right. So what is this? Snowbird or steamboat? Something area? I feel extremely embarrassed about this and self-conscious. I don't know what I'm missing. Okay, let's keep going. What did I look at this? I didn't. Lead into gender. Could be cisgender. There are probably other possibilities that would fit here. Let's just try this and see if it works. Wawrinka of tennis. No idea, I'm sorry. D-Day vehicle. Oh, Pete. Oh, can't think. Yeah, I can't think. I'll probably recognize it when I see it. Worrisome. It's concerning, or we'll come back to this. Oh, here's this. Classic 1934 novel written in the form of an autobiography. Not sure offhand. Princess and L. Frank Baum book. So those are the Oz books, which I've never read, but I do know the princess is named Princess Ozma. So, right. Oh, of course, this will be one of these completely inscrutable answers. So this is probably this. Yes, fictional swinger is Tarzan. There we go. Okay. The King of the Apes, is that what he was called? Spanish gold. I always forget if this is oro or aura. Masculine or feminine, I can never remember. Warm beverage cover. Warm beverage cover. Foam? Sort of like a cappuccino is covered with foam. It doesn't really seem quite right to me. What about this? Parcel unit. Parcel unit. Acre? Oh, yeah, parcel of land. Yes, could be measured in acres, of course. Warm beverage cover. Oh, could be a cozy. Like you could put a cozy over a teapot or something, wrap it around it to help kind of keep it warm. I think that's probably what this is referring to. So then here we have oro, and then worrisome is, why do I not see this? Dismaying, there we go. And this Wawrinka of tennis, right, unfortunately, I still don't know. Stan? Looks likely enough. And this classic 1934 novel, I don't know. A goose egg, 0. Okay, so that's broken our Z streak here. Numero of African countries where Espanol is an official language. Right, is it just one? I wouldn't think there would be very many. It must be. And then the devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce. What is that? I don't know. What is that a nickname for? Police title, Sergeant. Maybe this is wrong. The devil's lettuce. Classic 1934 novel. I guess nil could be what? Nil, zilch, zip. That's probably actually correct, because then we get another Z in here to further confound me. So what is the devil's lettuce then? Sergeant Pet. Oh, it's pot, it's marijuana, and this is uno. It's not one. There we go. Sorry, I should have known that immediately, because the clue has this numero in it. So because the word number is written in its Spanish form, the thing that this is, the answer, the number itself, is likely also going to be written in Spanish. So I should have immediately noticed that, but I just moved past it because the clue ends with English, official language, or is an official language, is in English, and so I just didn't. I kind of just forgot about that entirely. That was my mistake. So what is this? This is more confused than I can remember being in a New York Times crossword in a long time. Folder at work, perhaps. A maid folding. Oh, right, because her job includes to potentially fold clothing, and that's what the perhaps is doing there. That might be her job. It might not be. But it could be, and that's the answer. That's a clever clue. Okay, so this Icarus D-Day vehicle. What is going on here? This really looks like it's almost certainly Stan Wawrinka. That looks very likely to me. What is this, PST or LST? It's one of these, D-Day vehicle. Oh, I Claudius. It's I Claudius. That's the novel written in the form of the autobiography, and it was also made into a television series starring Derek Jacobi. Hope I'm not misremembering that name. Oh, Audi. Is that relevant? Oh, this is Ford. Finally. Oh my goodness. that was excruciating. So then what is this? Is this going to be BMW or something? Or what's a three-letter? I guess it could be four, could be three or four letters long. So these are car makes. So we have Audi, Ford. What do we have here? Snowbird or Steamboat? The problem is this isn't actually helping me solve these very easily. I can just see them in retrospect. Snowbird or Steamboat? What are those? Are those ski areas? Yes, they are. They are. Kia ski area. There we go. Okay, that was something scratching at my recognition in the deep recesses of my memory. All right, inbound or outbound thing is indeed a route. Oh, I'm so relieved to finally see this. Is there anything particular about this letter that is being used here? Maybe there will be a revealer. Okay, peaceful Quaker. Oh, an aspen, right. Those are, I think Quaker might even be a nickname for the aspen tree because of the way that they sort of quake, they shake. All right, I think that's the answer. Trim could be snip. Technological breakthrough, first seen on Jeopardy in 2011. This has nothing to do with buzzers, or it might, but not because it's actually spelled out in the clue. What three-letter car makes are there? There's BMW, there's what? We have Kia already. I'm not thinking of these very, very efficiently. This does look like what it's like, doesn't it? So it's not button, I don't think. I don't think that's going to be it. This would have to be a U anyway, which I think is unlikely. Chart topper for short. So I said that was C. Could it be anything else? Could be an org chart, an organizational chart at a company. Could be a CEO. Doesn't really help me. I feel very foolish. Okay. It comes before the main event. The pre-something? Warm-up, opener. The opener for a headline act. Way station site is a ironed clothing. You pressed iron, you ironed it. Did you hear about the cow that cried wolf? Dad joke. Fake moose, I guess. The cow that cried wolf, fake moose. That's pretty bad. All right. Way station site. Oh, semi truck. Okay. There we go. Man-eater could be an orca. I think that might be a term for the orca. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. I think that might be right. Maybe it isn't, because I just looked at this and wipe I want to be erased. So maybe that's wrong. There is an animal called a man-eater, isn't there? Nicknamed that? I don't remember what it is. But wipe is probably erase. To wipe your memory, to erase your memory, for instance. Turn into a PDF, perhaps, is to save, So PDF, portable document format, it's kind of computer document, knucklehead. An ass, winter retreats, Ardennes. Turn into a PDF. Oh, scan. You could scan a document, I guess, and turn it into a PDF. Oh, and here's our revealer. Accommodation for a long train trip, or a hint to entering a certain letter 14 times in this puzzle. Sleeping car? Oh, okay, very good. Boy, I would have been pleased with myself if I could have jumped straight to sleeping car. So this is referring to the phrase catch some Z's, to sleep. Because it's sort of indirectly, I guess, because the sound of snoring is represented as strings of the letter Z in cartoons, and then it's migrated, that was used as the basis for the phrase to catch some Z's, meaning to sleep. At least that's my assumption. That's always what I assumed that pathway was. All right, so sleeping car. Unfortunately, that won't help me solve this, because I already understood the concept mechanically, and I have no new information. We'll have to come back to it. Rappers, in a sense. Not sure. Hop aboard. Hop aboard. Check this out. Psst, maybe get someone's attention. Sit down ungracefully. You could plop down. Oh, rappers in a sense could be poets. I see. Yes, because they're putting rhymes together. Okay, instrument played with a misrab. Is it a sitar? Oh, is that the sort of plectrum that I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's what that is, but it might be. I'm interested. I have to look that up. To ask some inappropriate questions is to pry into someone else's affairs, and quick to start in, perhaps, is you're a bit testy. You're a little quick to get frustrated, set in. Hop aboard, ollie, right, okay. So to hop with a skateboard is what this is getting at in a punny sort of way, hence the question mark, is to perform an ollie, a simple skateboard trick. I say simple as someone who has never even attempted performing one. So I mean only simple to those who are accomplished skateboarders. All right, chart topper for short. Right. This must be what it's like. I can't see any way it's not. This, I think, now could be an E or an O. But do I know what this answer is? I don't seem to. Technological breakthroughs first seen on Jeopardy in 2011. And then up at top, do I think, the problem is, without knowing what I think the answer is, I don't know if I think this is a C or not. My suspicion is it's not. My suspicion is that it's I for Arizona, which looks like, this does not look like an abbreviation I've ever seen before. So I think it's this. Technological breakthrough first seen on Jeopardy in 2011. Watson, IBM Watson. It is BMW. Oh my goodness. Wow. So what does it mean first seen on Jeopardy? Does that just mean the first time IBM Watson, which is some kind of sort of AI or supercomputing thing, it just so happens that the first time it appeared in a clue on Jeopardy was in 2011, or did Jeopardy actually serve as the public debut of this technology? I actually don't know the answer to that, but I am certain now that that is the answer. And so this is BMW, which was my first guess, but I dispensed with it almost immediately because it just didn't seem plausible. And no, it's not right. Oh no. Okay, well now I'm going to have to parse, to sort of go through the puzzle and figure out what I've done wrong. So I'll edit this time down if it ends up being time-consuming and annoying. So apologies for this. Yeah, I'm just going to have to run through this. Sorry. Oh, I misspelled Stan. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. That was it. Just a typo. I even said Stan aloud several times. Okay. Well, this was tough for me. I mean, most of the fill wasn't too challenging, but it was the things that intersected with the theme that were additionally difficult because it took me so long to understand the nature of the theme. I'm very glad I finally got it without needing to look elsewhere. I'm glad I got it before. Well, I guess the revealer sort of explained it, so it's not that I figured it out myself, no, I guess I did actually. I did because I saw Ford, and then that led me to ski area. Right, okay. So anyway, I'm glad I spotted that before the end of the puzzle, but it certainly didn't help me solve it. It certainly didn't help me solve it here. And I'm curious about the deployment of IBM Watson and what exactly that means. Anyway, very clever puzzles. Let's just quickly go over our sleeping car clues. We had our IBM Watson with BMW encoded there. We had Up for Debate with Ford encoded. We had Ski Area with Kia encoded. And finally, we had, did we ever solve? Oh, yes, we did. Yes, I Claudius Audi. Yes, maybe this was the one that that I solved it with. I don't remember. In any case, I, Claudius with Audi encoded. There we have it. And those all make up our sleeping cars. Very good. Very clever. I mean, I can't fault the constructor for this. It was an extremely clever idea and well executed throughout the puzzle. And it stumped me for quite a while. So there we go. Did it stump you for quite a while? Did you catch on faster than I did? Were you yelling at me through the screen for the duration of that solve? Let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. But for now, let's discuss a few clues from yesterday's puzzle. We have several to read here. Kathleen Quinn explains that Mayim Bialik, actress in numerous shows, including The Big Bang Theory, and also a neuroscientist, and Ken Jennings co-hosted the TV show Jeopardy following the passing of Alex Trebek. So that's Ken Jennings, who in yesterday's puzzle. Ken Jennings, in addition to being a host of the show, is a former Jeopardy contestant, the highest-earning American game show contestant, having won money on 5 different game shows, including $4.5 million on the U.S. game show Jeopardy. That's quite impressive. All right, Dave N. explains that the axon, which I referred to but did not explain in detail yesterday, is the long part of the nerve cell which takes signals away from the cell body and transmits them to the next cell. Okay, that makes sense. Axons can be very long, the longest cells in the body. Some nerve cells in the spinal cord send their axons all the way to the foot to control the toes. Very interesting. Thank you for that. Brian Spurrier points out regarding the clue referencing a bass in the song These Boots Are Made for Walking. For clarification, because there are so many instruments called a bass, the bass in These Boots Are Made for Walking is a double bass and not a bass guitar. Yes, that is true. And it's got that very distinctive kind of, you can hear the sort of twang of the non-electrified string in the bass line to that song. It's very distinctive and prominent. And then there was some very interesting discussion from commenters, including Dragon Traces and Kathleen Quinn, about the sort of origin and age of the phrase, of the word toast, specifically used in phrases like "you're toast," essentially meaning you're doomed. And there were some interesting examples and points made by each of them. I do maintain, I think, after reading through all of that and doing further research on the internet, I think I do maintain my belief that the current usage, the modern usage of "you're toast," meaning you're doomed, without needing to refer to anything involving kind of heat or toasting or electrocution, I think that is a direct result of deployment of that phrase by the Bill Murray character in Ghostbusters. Even though Bill Murray's character was referring to somebody getting sort of toasted in a literal sense, the usage of that phrase in Ghostbusters did, I think, then lead in society more broadly to toast, meaning essentially doomed without the need for any such heat-based threat. So there we have it. That's what I'm sticking with until I see more evidence to the contrary. But you can read those interesting comments in yesterday's video. All right, that's that for today's puzzle, today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle. No theme. Won't have to figure any of this nonsense out tomorrow, just solving clues. So hope you join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.